Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I am making this wee Valentine gift for my grandsons. So I decided not to go too pinky or anything, but I just went with the nice blues, and the paper is from Country Flower Lane, which is full of hearts and stuff, and just pretty colours will do, both boys and girls. And the wee insides are those wee chocolate. This is the branded name, which I thought I hadn't bought, but I had, and I went then to replenish it, and I bought Lidl's own brand, and of course they're bigger. So I've adjusted the sizes. I'll give you the size of paper, excuse me, for the branded name. I can't remember the name of it. Oh yeah, I can. This one. I'm not going to say it out loud so you know what it is. That is the smaller of the two. And this is the same version, only from Lidl, and it's bigger. So I have wrapped it up, so I didn't want to leave it just like this. You could get away with it. The packet will hold both sizes, so it's no worries. You know, it just stands up a bit further and fills it all. So either way, this will work. I'll just give you the measurements for both papers. So I have covered them, as I say. This is just copy paper, really simple, quick and easy stamping, and wrapped around. Or you could use your decorative papers if you want, but I thought they just were too bulky. You know, they're so good. This is a felt heart, which I just die cut with a heart and a bit of the twine and the Happy Valentine's Day verse out of the Country Bouquet stamp. So if you need a Valentine one, that's a good wee one there. So, and this is the wee heart here that we're going to use to decorate it. But we'll start off with the measurements for everything you need. So you need a piece of white card, whatever colour you're using. It needs to measure 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. You need your 3 sheets of copy paper to cover your chocolate. If it's the small version, it's 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. If it's the larger version, it's 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. So just ordinary flimsy copy paper. It's no big deal, that. To decorate your wee container, you need this for the back, and it needs to measure 2 inches by 4 1/4. It's even nice on the other side if you're doing it for wee girls. I have no granddaughters, all grandsons, so I need to stick to the blues. The back inside, you need it to be 2 inches by 3 inches, and the bit on the front pocket, you need it to be 2 inches by 2 1/4. So we'll start by doing a bit of scoring. So you want to score on the long side first. I'm completely covered in black for some reason. Not good when you're working with white cards, you're not. So start off your scoring at 4 1/2 inches and 5 inches. Spin it round, and you want to go 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Spin it around and do the same. 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And that's your scoring done. So we're going to cut a bit away now just to get it out of the road. What do we want to cut away? This is your bottom area. So you obviously need these wee bits to make your pocket, but you don't need all of them. I need none of these at the back. So we're going to cut right down. If you're not confident cutting straight, cut it on your die cutting or your cutting machine, your trimmer. Can nearly talk. So we're going to cut both those sections off, and save those because they're great for stamping your wee sentiments onto. So just cut those off both sides. Probably a longer pair of scissors would cut this straighter for you. So you're going to need these ones now, so we'll need to trim off some of them. We definitely don't need this one here, so we'll cut that wee square away. You can trim that in when you're cutting it away. Trim that one in. So that's what you want to be left with, and you want to open that up so you can fold it in. So trim a wee bit off those. So is that making sense to you? Yeah. So you can cut right in on these. Trim that end one off. Trim them both in. And trim your outer ones in. And remember to keep those. So next stage we'll want to round our corners. I'm just using this corner rounder on the end of this wee thing. So you'll need to do that to your papers, but make sure you know the top and bottom of your design and just do it at the top. So that will go on the back. And your other one, this one is for the front pocket, so we can leave it. This one is going to go here. Again, make sure you're running the right way and trim your corners. So we'll just stick this long one in when we're here. So yes, stick this to your back. Stick this one. Oh, actually, don't stick that one in yet because you want to cover your white pieces when you're tucking them in. Where is my bone folder? Oh, my place is in such a mess. Oh, there it is. So get your wee pieces and give them a score. It's sticking out there. So that is going to form a wee pocket, but we want to actually cut away some to give it a nice wee finish. And I'm going to use my double oval punch. So if you're in good light, try and look for this part and this part when you're pushing this in. You don't want to go down too low, so, you know, try and keep it central if you can. You could mark your edges, but I'm just going to hope for the best. That's actually not too bad at all. So this piece of paper will be sitting under here, and you want to mark where you're going to put this in again to make it match. So get a wee pencil. Where, oh, I'm so disorganized today, honestly, you wouldn't believe it. Pencil, where are you? Oh. Found it. So keep that at the bottom where you know it's going to be positioned, and just try and slide it over slightly so that you can sort of work out where to punch down to on this. You can always go back in and rearrange it if you feel you haven't went down far enough. So I'm hoping that wee line there will keep me right. You could put one at the other side too, I suppose. I'm just going to chance it. So slide that in to where you can see that wee pencil line that you made, and just bring it right up and center it. Again, it's hard to see, but if you're not happy, just press it gently but not fully, and try and get it sort of central here, which it certainly isn't at the minute. Now, let's see what happened. That isn't too bad at all. maybe went down a wee bit too much, which gives it a big trim, but this is going to sit here. Now you could go back in with your punch if you wanted. Right, say that's I'm just not happy that it's not low enough. Bring it in and take another wee bit of it, and there you have a nice trim. So we're going to stick this in place. Your wee cover, just rub your pencil mark off if you can. I'll go back in and do that later. I'm pretty pleased with how that came out. If you don't want your chocolate catching on that wee tiny corner there, just trim it off now. Just trim it up to that and do the same on that. You're just taking a slight wee bit off. Now we want to go in and do these. So we're putting glue on the outer edges of both, and I'm going to use the stronger glue this time. I'll do both sides because it's going in together. I'll do a wee bit on these just to keep it sturdy. That will sit on the inside of that. It'll just help. So pop that down really quick. Get everything so that you're nicely lined up and going along the edge, like nice and smooth, and right into your corner before you let it take. Same on the other side. Just want it nice and square. Not overhanging or not taking, and you can push those wee inner corners in to catch this for you. Just don't press nothing too firmly until you're happy that you've got a nice box shape, and then go inside with your bone folder just so it all takes nicely, and those wee end bits on both sides. Now, rid of some rubbish. We can go in now with this piece. As you can see, if I had put it under that, you'd have seen it. I think I actually did make that mistake in this one. Yeah, you can see, and it's not nice. You want to get rid of that. I know the chocolate covers it, but much more professional looking. If you're going to craft fairs or anything, you want it to look really clean and nice. So just slide that in. You can cut the full piece down, but you know, that's a waste of your paper. You don't really need it. You just need it down so far to keep it all nice and tidy. And if you're like me and get really ridges from your cutting machine, smooth that out with your bone folder. It gives it a nicer look. So now we want to decorate our wee sweets, and you're going to need, whoops, a little scrap paper because you're going to be over stamping, so you don't want to dirty up your table. So I'm going to be using the bigger size, which is these. And I'll do one on camera and then you'll know how to do it. So I'm actually using this wee stamp. I'm using coordinating stuff, sweet sorbet. I actually have cut this here out of the red felt that was in the clearance, but it matches this sweet sorbet thing, so I'm happy enough with it. So you want to ink up that wee red stamp and make sure that you're running your paper the right way. You're going to be wrapping this around this way, so don't do your hearts that way and it'll be all stupid looking. And start in one of the corners and just go, and then just keep stamping down. I'm following that line the whole way down. A bit of a diagonal, but it actually gets you through it much quicker. And you can decide on whether you want to put them closer or further apart or whatever. Just go back up to your top line, and just to vary it, bring the big stamp against the wee stamp. if you get what I mean, and just keep doing that. And you're just going to fill that out the whole way over again. Go back up so you have your wee stamp over stamped or off stamped, whatever you want to call it. And every now and again just wipe off if you're dipping like me, which I tend to do badly. And just keep doing what you're doing until you've the whole page filled out. I mean, it doesn't take that long a time. I think it really finishes off the chocolate. And even go in with a wee bit there so you're not, you know, left with the space that you don't like. Again, go up a bit this time. Makes a lovely wee backing paper. I'm just going to put a wee tail in there. And again, I'm going to continue that down this way and do that with all three. So that's those three all done. So we're going to wrap our chocolates now. You want it to go over the top of your chocolate. Fold one round and just see where it's coming. And if you're happy to where that's meeting, oops, and just you can fold your other one over like so. And that gives you a nice wee round. I actually think mine could do with a wee bit, be a wee bit shorter, but no, it'll do all right. So you want to put a bit of roller or whatever tape, and something going on with this baby. Don't like the looks of that, so I'll have to go with a bit of glue. But your tape runner will do the job. Just along the edge, fold that in, and seal it up. And that gives you your nice wee bar of chocolate, which you can slip inside there. That was really big, isn't it? That's better. So just keep doing that with your chocolate bars. Sort of set it in the center. Wrap it round. Wee line of glue and fold. And just make sure it's nicely sealed. The last one. And that's your 3 chocolates done. So now we want to do our wee felt heart, my goodness. So if you are using felt or red card or whatever, go and put 2 dots, one there and one there for you to punch. The white chalk pen's good for that. And then I'm going to use my old knitting punch. Doesn't fully cut it, so you go in with your scissors. So just go to the back and snip it off. I'm sure you'll not have this problem. My thing is ancient and probably not as sharp as it used to be. Oops. So next you want to get your whatever you're using, ribbon or whatever. You could use either, you know, but I thought baker's twine was a wee bit less girlish looking, put it like that. And we're just going to tighten a wee knot. So I know I want about that length, so measure whatever length you need and just cut it off. And then you want to thread one through. Now you could put a bit of glue to hold that in place. The other one isn't glued, so I'm not going to bother. So you want to pull that down a bit. That's going to sit there. You could put a glue dot or something on, I suppose. This is going to thread through the other side, the other hole that you punched. And that is just going to hold it all nice and tight for us. So make sure you have enough on either side to tie a wee knot. Cut it in with another. I'd say about 8 inches would probably be enough to ground this. I'm just tying it in an actual knot, so a double knot. And then you just want to separate the bit that you folded. Just make your knot sit and behave. Give it a wee trim. So I think that's okay. You can feather it about and play with it. So now we want just our wee sentiment, and I'm going to go with the Happy Valentine's Day. Ugh, my head's tired, I need a coffee. So ink that up in the matching ink again. I'm going to use one of these wee offcuts. The ones you chopped off your box, which is perfect. Just follow that crease line for cutting it. And then we needed a wee bit of the matching card, and we're just going to put, I'll have to put the glue on it because it ain't, the runner ain't working, so I'll go and fix it. So just line it up in the corner, you have less cutting to do then. I'm going to put it through this. And then we're just going to give it some dimensionals. Remember that it does, whoops, stick out over the edge, so maybe turn it upside down and see where you need these so you don't stick it. You can see that hanging out. Am I going to get that in there? Yep. And then just stick it in place. You could put a wee note on the back of it if you want, if it is a personal gift to your grandchild or whatever, but I really don't think boys are that fussy. I mightn't like you saying romantic things to them. So there it is. Now they are much bigger, aren't they? You could make your packet longer if you wanted, or just stick to buying the wee ones. I think the wee ones are much nicer. The big ones are really bulky, aren't they? More chocolate for the kids, but I think they would be nicer with the small ones. So bear that in mind if you're buying your chocolate. And that is me done. I'll catch you all again next week, hopefully. Bye.